good morning, good afternoon, good evening to whenever and wherever you are in the world on this fine and comparatively beautiful day. It is Sunday. Is it the 22nd today? I think 22nd of February. Could be the 21st. 22nd it is. And you're here with Adam Harrison for the Cigar Box Guitar Builder. With thanks to Ben Baker and the team at CB Giddy for sponsoring our show. Enormous thank you to those guys who do an amazing job taking care of all of my Cigar Box guitar needs, pretty much. And they're a great bunch of people. So if you do need to order parts, please consider using our affiliate link because it does help support the show. Helps go towards the cost of running the show, not just on Podbean, but also with the different hard software that we're actually using to actually record this sucker. Anyway, today's podcast topic is AI. Artificial intelligence. Is there a place for AI? Going to talk to the team. We'll see who's available this morning. And we'll jump online and let's check it out. All right. Well, I am joined so far by Darren McDonald and Jesse, the Oompa Loompa King Thomas. How are you guys?
Hey.
All right. Joey did give me a thumbs up saying he was going to join us, but he's not here yet, so that's okay. That's all right. I'm sure he will join us when he gets off the bog.
He's probably still sleeping.
I think he might be. It is 7:30 in Queensland. About 4:30 in the afternoon for you, Jess?
3:30.
Oh, okay. So it's not too bad. Not too shabby. I suppose we'll go over a little bit about what's been going on in our worlds in the last couple of weeks since we saw each other. I'll start. Basically just work, and really just trying to get on top of some orders. I had a heap of orders come through, which has been very welcome. Certainly goes towards paying the bills. So if you're listening and you put an order through, thank you very, very much. Just got an order for Cambodia, which was like mega cool. That was like really, really cool. And it's one of my more eclectic builds. It's a solid body dog bowl resonator, but it's done in kind of a beaten up green sparkle. So that green sparkle one, Darren, I was just saying, the green sparkle guitar sold to a fella in Cambodia. So it's
okay, with the dog bowl.
Yeah. So sounds like bless you, mate. Sounds like an expat Aussie over there in Cambodia, and yeah, man, that was pretty funky. Sold a few traditional cigar box guitars as well. Normally 80% of my sales are usually the stage series stuff I do. Like that's the handmade boxes, like the juke joint rockers and the Delta, the Delta Blues one that I do. I've got 3 of those going at the moment, which is cool. One's actually going over to the Netherlands, which is awesome. Another one, a juke joint rocker, has just been ordered locally here in New South Wales, I think, off the top, or Victoria, might be Victoria. But the other one is Jungle Jim Smith. So you remember Jungle Jim from the festival? He was one of the players.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He had the hat. And lovely fella, really, really lovely fella. And when we did the festival in September last year, he said to me, I said, "Oh, I want to get one of those stage series guitars." He said, "But I just have to wait until I get a few things organised." But yeah, he put it through. So we're doing some changes for him on it. He wants instead of it being a bridge mounted pickup, he wants a neck mounted pickup, and instead of having 2 on the top or 2 on the bottom and 1, he wants all 3 across the top. And on the fret markings where you've got the frets, he wants a blonde neck, but he wants dark in between the frets. He wants that all to be dark. So I've got to just figure out how I'm going to do that. I could use a stain. I've got a nice I've got a nice a spirit stain that I could use for that, or I could actually go a little bit more meaty and I could actually burn it, which might be really cool too. So that could be very, very cool. News on the Western Front for people who were interested in picking up one of these Kookaburra cigar box guitars. Nick He from Kookaburra Music, he gets these done. I think he's the fella behind them. And they're great little. I got to admit, apart from the thing that obviously last week I was saying, I'm not a big fan of how the necks are set in. It's a good little guitar. It's quite fun. I've been enjoying it. It kind of sits up here, and I don't know. It's been all right. But one of our regular listeners and group members actually wanted to get one, not necessarily just because it was it's something to play, but he wanted to just something to put together. And as far as the kits are concerned and things like that, we know that CB Giddy do awesome kits. We know MGB does kits. He's here in Australia, but this thing was like ridiculously easy to put together, like because you don't have to put the sides or anything. So they're all sold out. They're sold out. You can still get the piezo one, but the electric guitar one is actually sold out. So I don't mind. Like Nick, he's a businessman. He's got his own business going with Kookaburra Music. He sells on eBay. It's a good little guitar. It's all right. There's nothing wrong with it. Nice. Should he fork out and spend a bit more? It depends on budget. It's a good place to start. As I said, there's no earthing. I put earthing in this one. But it was all right. Anyway, enough of that. So that's kind of what's been going on in my world. Nothing's happened with the shed at the moment. It's just all, because it's just been raining. It's just been pissing down rain constantly. And I haven't even been home. I've kind of been out on daddy duty for weeks, basically. So that's kind of me. But everything's going good. Everything's going all right. Podcast is pumping on. Every couple of weeks we're doing it. I want to try and fit in some more interviews. The big thing is the Billy Lingual Festival, which is happening up in northern New South Wales, up near Byron Bay. So everyone kind of knows about the Byron Bay Festival. It's a big global thing that happens. Well, this ain't it. It's happening in June, and it's going to be up inland a little bit from Byron Bay at Billy Lingual. And, man, we got some players playing, man. We got 8 Ball Aiken coming. We got Brett Littlefair's going to be there. The Barrel Dog Duo. We've got Robin Warren playing as well with Crazy Mummers. My favourite, as I mentioned last week, Nigel McTrusty's going to be there. They've got me on before him, which I'm still freaking about. Oh, the other thing I did this week was I bought 2 foot pedals and a brush for one of the foot pedals to use on the snare. So I'm actually going to try and do the Mike Snowden boom that thing and be a one-man band. So yeah, man, it's kind of the closer it's getting, the more I'm kind of freaking out about doing it. But I'm really excited about it. So that's kind of me in a nutshell. I don't think there was anything else that was kind of going on. What about you, Jess? What's been going on?
One second. When is that? When is that festival?
Sorry, I had a drink of coffee. It's actually happening. I think it's the weekend. I think of the 14th to 16th of June. Yeah. So it's. I think if I've got the dates wrong, I apologise. Just jump onto. I'll put the link in the episode description. But if you're interested in checking it out or seeing who's playing, or even supporting it by buying a T-shirt. If you can't be there, definitely support it if you can. It's Billy, BILLI, Box Fest, all one word, .com. Easy as that. Anyway,
so Jesse's going to come down for the whole show.
I wish.
Oh, that would be awesome, man. That'd be awesome. I know that in America, you've got a slew of festivals at the moment. You've got a heap of festivals going on right now.
Yeah, I never get to go to any of them.
Yeah.
They're all too far away.
Yeah. So where are you? Where are you again?
Smack dab in the middle of the United States.
Oh, wow.
Nebraska.
Where? Nebraska?
Yeah.
Oh, Nebraska. Okay. Because I think they're doing a lot of stuff at, like in New York State, Miami, Florida. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's where Steve is. Steve and Cindy are in Florida.
Yeah.
And Steve, I know Steve's got his hand in the pickle jar, man. He's got it all happening there for sure. He's definitely the bloke who's doing a lot with that. And again, a big thank you to Ben Baker and the team at CB Giddy for sponsoring, for actually being sponsors for the Billylingual Festival. It's a Billy Box Fest. It's again, they're stepping up, and an international company coming to support, the Aussie cigar box guitar community, man. So I'm just like, I got nothing but praise, man. I got nothing but praise for those guys. Honest to God. So Jesse, you've been building what's been going on? You've been building six strings.
Well, the last two were 3 strings.
Yeah. Noticed a lot of 6-string guitars on your site, brother. Oh, that is so hot, man. Okay, so
Very old cigar box.
what is it? Cyan cigar box.
Yeah.
Sienna. That's beautiful. So what you got there, listener, is an old cigar box. Probably what you reckon? That's 1920s.
I would say the 40s.
1940s. So it's an old box. Beautiful kind of earthy tones with green trim. It's a picture of a really lovely picture of a lady on the front of it with like a red bandana on it. Very kind of Greek livery. Just the style, I think, of that time. Almost, it almost looks Art Deco, brother.
Yeah, what I like about these old boxes are they're solid wood. There's no ply to them, and they're nailed together with little tiny nails.
Yes.
Could you imagine, being in that line of work?
Oh.
How many times do you hit your thumb?
Yeah. It's hard enough.
What I'd like to point out about this guitar, and also this one, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but this one as well.
Oh, wow.
I made out of a roasting pan and a magazine rack.
Bloody hell, mate.
Is there someone missing a roasting pan?
Yeah, my wife.
Has it still got a little bit of has it still got a bit of that caked in crud? The black bit of caked in carbon in the corners?
Yeah. But what I'd like to point out is sometimes I do this. I actually did a beveled profile on the back of the neck rather than a rounded over.
Yes.
I don't know if you can see. So it's at a 45-degree angle on each side.
Yeah. It's like a half a hexagon.
Right. And it feels really nice. And it feels like you have a lot more reach, to put your thumb.
Yeah.
Than you would with a normal rounded over neck.
Wow, man.
So I do that every once in a while.
That
And
is
you
funny.
just, if you have a router with a chamfer bit, you can do it.
Yeah. That's very, very cool. You made that neck? That's yours?
Yep.
That's beautiful.
It's just a hard maple neck with the rosewood fretboard. And then I used oak dowels for the fret markers and toothpicks for the side dots.
And what's that, rosewood fretboard?
Yep, rosewood.
Where are you getting your rosewood fretboards?
I get it online through a place called Exotic Wood Zone.
Oh, okay. Is that
I
American?
think they're actually located in St. Louis.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
And I have one more to show you guys.
Yeah, man.
You'll be the first ones to see it.
Oh, cool.
So,
our listeners will be excited.
So you can read the headstock.
Lucky?
Lucky.
Oh, it's a 4-leaf clover.
Hey.
That's ace, man. Oh, that is ace. Check it out. So it's what it is. It's a green body, 4-leaf clover, 6-string electric guitar with gold hardware. Now, that's beautiful, man. That is very, very cool.
You actually talked me into.
Oh, I did not. No.
This has got the push-pull pop.
Oh, you got it. Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I've never tried one out. I figured I'd try one out on this.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting for strings because I want them to be gold strings.
Oh, wow. Okay. Lucky.
And this is going to be raffled off at a show next month.
Oh, dude. You're building up for a raffle for charity.
No, I get the money.
Oh, good boy. It's the Jesse. He needs to feed the Oompa Loompas.
How many Guinnesses did you have?
Sorry, Jess?
Yeah, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Dude, that is cool. That is cool, man.
Yeah,
you know what?
How many Guinnesses did you have to make that guitar?
Oh, quite a few while I was painting anyway.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that is
I had
outstanding.
to calm my fingers a little bit.
I suppose. Oh, the other thing I've been doing, I suppose, I've been doing plastic model kits. I've been out. I kind of building up a stash of plastic model kits because I'm just loving it. I get to a point with Cigar Box guitar building. I just like if I see another Cigar Box guitar, I'm gonna scream. It's like I need a break. And I just
How do you keep your hands so steady?
I find it very therapeutic. I really do. You know, it's very cool. I do look at building Cigar Box guitars. It's kind of become a bit of a job. There are days when I go down there and I really enjoy it. And there's other days I go down there because I have to go down there because I need to put stock in the shop or I need to put... So it's I don't want it to... I suppose the reason I've got another hobby like doing the Cigar Box guitars is I don't want it to become a chore. And it's kind of... Because of how busy I've been, it's like every time I go down there, it's like, I got to make money. Whereas if I'm doing model kits, it's like I have to spend money. I'm not making any money on it. It's like there's no money in it at all, you know. And the other thing is, I suppose, the videos that I've been doing, I kind of... I got a couple of negative comments and it kind of threw me a little bit. It shouldn't, but I got I was going back through some videos and stuff like that, and just the stupid sarcasm that people do, like just being silly. Like, you know, I'm not a videographer. I'm not a, you know. Usually when I do an episode, it's just basically it'll be me with the phone, and then I go, oh, this might be cool. I might do this. Why don't I do this? Or I'm about to do this on a build, so why don't I just show what I'm doing? I try and do that the best I can, and then just kind of, you know, I don't have production like Dell does, and I don't have production like Michael, you know, Ballerini or any of the other guys really who are kind of pumping out, you know, 30, 40,000 viewers. I've got like going on 2,500 viewers or whatever, and which is cool, but it's like I'm not a professional videographer. I just basically, if I think someone's going to benefit from something, it's cool, but just some of the comments have just been like, oh, you know, why do I bother? But then I looked at other comments which have been really supportive, and so that's been nice. You know, that's been cool. But I suppose that's kind of, I pick the phone up and I go, oh, I'll do this video, and then I kind of go, oh, no. So I kind of got hit with the, I suppose the little bit of the black dog as far as, you know, the recording stuff was concerned. I got a bit depressed about it. I thought, no, I don't really want to.
It's another job to do all that.
It's
stuff.
hard. Like even the podcast doing this, it's like it's an hour to edit it after we've done this. It's, you know, that's why sometimes it doesn't go out until a few days after we do this, because I've actually got to sit at the computer, go through it again, listen to it again, you know, all that sort of stuff. So, you know, just for those people who have been supporting and say supportive things. I don't have a problem if someone says, oh, Adam, I couldn't see that, or I couldn't hear that very well, or, you know, one guy just wrote boring. I was like, great. So I emailed back to him and said, so's your face. So it's like, but I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that, you know, that back and forward of nastiness. Like, even when I typed it, I was in a cross mood, and I thought, oh, kind of wish I hadn't typed it, because I felt I'd kind of just sunk a little bit. Like, if you're going to say it's boring, say why. Oh, I couldn't see it, or the sound was low, or I don't like Cigar Box guitars. Then why are you watching it? You know, it's like silly stuff, really. But that's, you know, that's what happens when you're recording things, you know, for YouTube, or even, you know, for this. It's like sometimes it's you know, you do get those comments and you go, ugh. It's like you don't get it, do you, mate? You just don't get it. Anyway, Darren, what's been going on, pal?
Work.
Yeah.
Work. And more work.
You found a
It
couple.
sounds like I'm the only one not working.
You found a couple of little treasures,
if I had
though.
a full-time job, I'd be flat out.
So you found a couple of little treasures, though, didn't you?
I did. Like, I went to have a look at a job I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
Clearing out a house.
Mm.
And, yeah, I found these
Oh, yeah.
little weird... either they're Indonesian or Papua New Guinea.
Yeah, it's
Like, they're in the shape of birds.
yeah.
That's
Hold it back a little bit, Darren. Hold it back a little bit. I reckon it might be Indonesian or somewhere like that.
Mm. But yeah, they're both 4-string.
Yeah.
Like even the tuners, basically old school,
Yeah.
you know. Like I quite like they got the thinker statue.
Yeah. Do you think that's a touristy thing, or do you think like an old touristy thing, or do you think that's I don't know. I mean, obviously here in Australia, someone might have gone on holidays and picked them up or something, or...
Yeah, well...
Are they ukuleles?
I have no idea. Like even the picture on the back, I don't know if you can see it properly.
Yeah. Not really. Hard to see. Take some photos and put it up on the group.
Yeah. Like it's sort of like a lizard thing
Okay.
on the back. But yeah, like this house that I was in, like obviously they travel. Like there was books and stuff on speaking different languages and that, and yeah, it's just unbelievable.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
That's very, very cool. So what you're looking at, good listener, what you're looking at, or what we're looking at the moment, is Darren's got two very old looking guitars, which were all stringed instruments, which the body's in the shape of birds, like with wings, and they're quite flat on the top with the bird's shape, but then the belly kind of drops down in a light kind of a bowl. The neck's probably about 30 centimeters long, with very long headstocks, which are carved.
30 centimeters.
About 30?
Probably a bit under.
Okay, all right, so they're quite short. They're 4-string. They have old violin-style tuners on the top. There's 4, but they're the peg style. So it's Darren. We'll try and get Darren to put the video up. Not a video necessarily, but there's some photos up on the group. It'd be really interesting.
Some kind of loop.
Yeah.
I got a new guitar.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Where'd you get that one?
That's the one I did the lawns for.
Oh, cool, man.
Uh,
So what's that? A Valencia?
Valencia.
Yeah, Valencia. Yeah, they're great little guitars. Yeah, usually 1970s, 1980s. Some of them are quite old. You can get really old Valencias. One of the
Tell you
very
what, it's got really high action on it.
yeah, they usually do. Hang on, but you've got an adjustable bridge,
Yeah.
so you could actually lower that.
I've got it as low as I can, but
Yeah.
the action's still quite high.
What about the truss rod? Can you straighten the truss rod?
Oh, yeah, I can see it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Push it away. So when you put the Allen key in the sound hole, hold it so that the neck's in your left hand, right? And the body's in front of you. Put the Allen key in and then push it away from you.
Yeah.
And that'll pull the neck. And just do a quarter turn, leave it for a half hour or so. And then if it's still not back enough, just give it another little quarter turn. That should help that, actually. It'd be good.
So, yeah, you can tell it's got new, like, they've had it restrung. So,
Yeah. Ernie Ball also do a set of 10s for acoustic guitar. So if you put a lighter set, the neck will straighten out a little bit more too.
so yeah, that's pretty much my week.
That's cool. That's cool. That's a win. I call that a win, mate. That's great. I've got a couple. I've got a couple of old guitars like that. In the actually sitting in the shed at the moment. One's kind of a banjo style, and the others, and it's got a few steel frets on it. But the other one is, again, I think like Indonesian or something, but it's got these funny timber frets, but there's a nail in the middle. So the frets do this on the neck. I never got them working. I had them up in the shop, and I always had them as like little display pieces. But it would be interesting, now I'm thinking about it, would be interesting maybe, because if they're all dark wood, maybe if I use some oak, like on any of the repairs I do or additions, I do them in oak, so it kind of sticks out like dog balls, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's new, and this is, so you're not trying to, but I'll never sell them. I never sell them. They're too cool. They're too funky. But yeah, man. Well, let's. Joe looks like Joe's abandoned us today. That's okay. Let's have a little talk about AI, so artificial intelligence, and is there a place? Joe, I think that was Jesse's. That was Jesse's political statement.
Yeah.
So is there a place for AI, artificial intelligence, in the cigar box guitar world? Now, that's an interesting thought, because they're two completely separate. Like you couldn't imagine anything too separated. Like if you think traditional cigar box guitar builder, who uses toothpicks for frets, doesn't use pickups or electronics, maybe tries to use the tension machine heads, the tension pegs and all that sort of stuff. Someone who does that, and then up to AI, where they're using AI to either design, create. Well, I'm going to use the term. You're going to know my political preference here when I say create. I'm going to say in inverted commas, create. Yeah, it's. We've all looked at it. I think I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we've all looked at AI and played around with it. Darren, you did one of those action figure things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's good, but like I don't know. I don't trust it.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so trust is a very big word.
Like Tammy, she's in awe of it. She loves it.
Yeah.
But like I was talking to my brother, and he was, apparently that there was a bloke who asked AI what would happen if it was forced to shut down. And it said it would fight to survive and destroy us before it's destroyed.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think Terminator could be here.
I was just about to say, I was about to say that. Like, yeah, it's who's making money off AI? Who's making money
Elon
off
Musk.
it? Billionaires.
Yeah.
Billionaires,
Like-
businesses, pharmaceutical companies. You know, it's a lot of these. I always think to myself, you know, every single time you get a machine to do someone's job, someone's out of a job.
Yeah.
And there's an ad that goes around on Facebook and Instagram at the moment. There's some company, AI company, and they're saying, you know, get rid of internet software designers, get rid of advertisers, get rid of, you know, and for the cost of Netflix per month, we can, you know, let AI run your business. You know, and then they've got obviously AI videos of successful entrepreneurs who've used, you know, it's like, I think that's the terrifying thing about it. It's like, you can't, it's really difficult sometimes to judge as to whether or not what you're actually watching on this screen now is real, or whether it's actually, you know, or whether it's actually just something that's been created. It's like I've gotten to a point. You said trust, Darren. I've gotten to a point now with AI. Like when I'm watching something on a screen, or it might be political, it might be news, it might be. I'm looking at it and I'm going, well, is this something real? Is this something I'm looking at that's actually quite real?
Well,
Just don't know.
Sorry.
it's all over YouTube.
Oh yeah.
I'm a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
There's a whole heap of AI Star Wars short little movies.
Yeah.
And like they're doing better than Disney is with Star Wars movies. And like the only way you can tell it's AI is the way the people move and talk.
Yeah.
You know, it's sort of robotic.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's getting that way. Like you can't tell what's what anymore. Like they're even doing it with Bruce Lee. They're doing it with Elvis.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that.
Seen those.
Yeah.
You know,
It's there was something that came out a couple of nights ago. I thought I saw it on my feed. It comes up and it said it was a film clip and song, all completed, all created and generated. Well, I'm not again. I use that word created. Let's say generated, all generated by AI. So you've got a film clip, a song. So obviously musical backing, the whole thing. And I thought, all right, well, I kind of wanted to educate myself a little bit more for this episode. And I thought I'll have a little look at it, and I'll look at it with an open mind, right? I'll look at it with an open mind. And they stole someone's image.
Yeah.
So there's a movie actress that they've I'm guaranteeing they've stolen her image for this particular film clip. Well, it's an amalgamation, but it looks exactly like to me. I looked at that and I thought it looks exactly like her, and I can't remember her name. I was talking to my wife about it yesterday, and she remembered the name, but I can't remember her name. But she was in things in the in the early 2000s, and she kind of looks like Jerry Ryan, who played Seven of Nine. That girl looks a little bit like her, or reminds me a bit of her. She was with, I think she was in a TV. She was in Starship Troopers, the brunette from Starship Troopers. That looks exactly like her. Anyway, I'm watching this thing, and something happened while I was watching it, and I'm looking at it, and I'm going, empty. The first thing I could think of was empty. Empty. And I'm thinking, why am I thinking empty? It was like all of this time I'm spending, and I'm watching this thing, as film clip and music is progressing. And I realised what the problem was. It really struck me. There was no connection. And this is the thing. I think this is what AI will never, ever, ever get. The three of us right now are connecting. Right? We're actually talking. We're connecting. We're sharing stories. There's a space in time. And I'm going, might be a bit wanky on this, I don't know. But there's a space in time in our lives right now where you've got quality time and you've got empty time. And to me, this is quality time. To the listener who's listening to this or has gotten through most of this and is still listening, thank you very much. But even if you listened to this show for 5 minutes and you said, oh, these guys are a bunch of twits, I don't want to watch this. You've actually had an emotional reaction. You may have reacted negatively to us, but you've reacted, and you've reacted to a human thing. It's a human emotion. It's a human thought. Yeah. You may have agreed with some of the things. Earlier in the episode, I was talking about this guitar. I was talking about this thing, which is made using CNC machines, but this cigar box guitar, this Kookaburra one. And you might have been yelling at the screen, Adam, stop talking about that guitar. Blah, 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 you should be... But you're having a reaction. You're having an emotional reaction to something that's happening on a show. And that's a qualifiable emotional response to something. Now, I was watching this film clip, and I've realised the problem with AI. I'm not connecting with anybody. It's empty. It's empty space.
The actor that they're portraying in the in whatever they're doing, there's no emotion in their talking or their acting.
But and here's the scary thing: is that AI learns. AI learns, and you remember when AI first came out, and you could tell an AI video because they never got the hands right. You remember that?
No.
They never got the hands right. They didn't get feet right, but they certainly didn't get hands right. Well, now they're getting hands right. They're going to get that right, Darren. They're going to get that. They're going to find that the algorithm is going to pick up enough, and it is going to research and watch other videos. It's going to watch every single thing that you put up, and this is why I thank God I haven't uploaded my face to AI. Although I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on, all this sort of stuff. There's no reason they probably aren't pinching stuff. Someone was saying, I think my son was saying, we were talking in the car, that England, there was some law that came out in England where they said, oh, we're going to grab your image from a doorbell because we want to protect dogs, or find your dogs, or find your cats, or find your whatever. Something had happened. And they said, oh, but when we do this, when we take your picture, we'll use it for a second, but then we'll get rid of it, right? And it might have been, may not have been. I'm maybe thinking two different stories, but whatever they were saying, yeah, we're going to get rid of it. AI is going to grab that, we're going to use it, and then we'll get rid of it, right? But the problem is, they get rid of the original, but they keep a copy. So anyone that's been if you think about it, when you go to the city, Darren, even if you go into Sydney, you're photographed about 350 times a day. Anyone in the city working in the city is being photographed at least 350 times a day. Now, is that information then going into a database? This is the scary thing, man. This is the thing that freaks me out. Anyway, that's the global thing. But as we come back to Cigar Box Guitar, I'm going to put my hand up and I say, yeah, when it first came out, I had Canva. I still have Canva. I actually use Canva when I was looking up some business ideas for some other side hustles and things. I used Canva to create some business logos. And I was talking to my son about it. He was saying, well, actually, that's not AI because you're creating and manipulating it. Those were actually templates. I said, oh, well, that's cool. That's all right. I get that. I still don't mind the idea of using templates and stuff like that to create a logo or an image or something, or even a T-shirt if I can. It's there, and I'm creating and manipulating it. I'm not saying. But I did do a series of T-shirts for my website when I first came out that said, I want a Kookaburra playing a square guitar. right? And Canva created an image of a kookaburra playing a square guitar, and it didn't just give me one; it gave me four, and then I could redo that and get. And I ended up, I did sell a couple of those T-shirts. Now, I can't create that image myself. I'm not an artist like that. I can't do that. But what I realised later on, and I've taken those off the website. I think they were on Redbubble. I think I have cleared those off. It's actually someone else's artwork. So what AI is doing is AI is sampling and taking other people's art styles, artwork, and then it will take it and it will manipulate, or it will use that style of art. It doesn't create it itself. It's actually taking from somebody else. And that's the thing that got me. I do see a lot of CBG builders using AI generated images for show promos and it's, I don't know, it's like a lot of people don't have a lot of money. I get that. And AI is free. And again, I'm saying free in inverted commas because I'm sure we're going to pay a price for it eventually. You know, what could you use AI for in the cigar box guitar building realm? Creating artwork to go on the top of boxes, CNC, you know, that type of thing. It's saying, okay, well, you know, are you going to carve a top? This thing's got a carved top on it. Could you use AI to, do program for a CNC machine to do carving? How much of the parts that you find online are being made on CNC and or eventually using AI? It's an interesting thought that it can infiltrate even a traditionalist hobby, you know, like this one. Do you think there's a place for it?
The thing is now that, I mean, AI has been created by mankind. There's no stopping it now.
Mm.
No.
Again, we've seen the Terminator movies. There's no happy ending.
No.
So, it either is or isn't. And now it's pretty getting full blown almost, you know. But as far as building cigar box guitars, I think AI is just as limited as humans are. I think humans do things by hand that maybe the AI cannot, whether it's a machine or, you know, you type in a design and it prints something out for you, you know, like another project I finished up was this 3D printed Telecaster.
Yeah.
And this thing, it's not perfect. The scale length is off by an inch.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So is that an error by the person typing in numbers, or is it by the program?
Yeah. I could tell you what it might be. Would you like to know?
Yeah.
It's the 24 fret neck.
The scale length. Oh yeah, you're probably right.
It's the 24 fret neck because it's a little longer. So if you had that 22, that extra 2 inches, that's your inch.
That's pretty wild to me. You know, the whole formula, even to that, right? You know, as we know it as builders, there are certain rules we got to follow, otherwise things don't work out.
Yeah.
Right? So, can AI screw up?
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely.
Okay, so this is kind of one of those conversations that never has an end to it, almost. Yeah. We can go on, but as far as cigar box guitars,
yeah,
AI is not going to do anything different or better than the human is capable of.
No. But it does make us dumber.
Sorry?
Right.
It does. It makes us like technology. It's in some cases, it's freeing up time to do other things. AI can run your house if you've got enough money and you've got enough. There's houses that are being run by AI. They do the vacuuming, they do the cleaning, they do the home security, they do all this sort of stuff, and but you got to think about it. I think there's a money thing involved in this. There sure is. But it's like saying when the internet came out, people jumping up and down saying, "Oh, the internet's, it's terrible. It's terrible. We shouldn't have it." Well, of course we're going to have it. It's going to be here. I think AI is here. But what worries me is the human cost of AI. That's what worries me ultimately. I know this goes
There's no
beyond.
choice.
No, there's no choice. It's being
gonna happen.
it's being put out there.
Yeah.
It's like the choice though will come from whether you are going to actively engage in using it, or whether you are going to always try and look for the human touch. That's going to be the big thing.
I'd like to point out this 4-leaf clover I cut out by hand.
Yeah, but it looks amazing.
I drew it, and it's not perfect.
Yeah,
But that's so again in cigar box guitars, it's not perfect through a CNC, so that makes it human made.
Yeah, it's like, even this thing which is made using a CNC, because look, the argument used to be back in the day, like, CNC, it's evil, you shouldn't have guitars that are made using CNC. This thing's totally made on a CNC machine. Like, I'm going to use the word, apart from its obvious build problems, with banana neck. I'll say it again. Apart from that, like, it's crisp. Like, it is sharp. Like, every angle on it is like pretty damn perfect on this neck. There's no, and then I go and grab this clunker, this beastie guitar, that I made, and it's got, I can feel very lightly, I can feel a little bit of the timber grain, under my fingers. I can see, I've got that little where I took out that little piece there for the nut. It's not quite perfect, and the Japanese have a term for it, and I can't remember the term, but the term is called. It basically stands for the human touch. It's perfect through its imperfections, because it's a human hand that did. If you look at a cigar box, if you look at a traditionally made cigar box, for example, which are seriously becoming hard to find. They're not perfect. They're imperfect. They're not exact. This is not 90 degrees. This is about 89 degrees. This is about, like, it's about 87 degrees. It's not quite like, this is a wider angle here than this one here. Very slightly, maybe by 1 degree. But I can tell. I can look at it and I can say, I know that. And then the paper, the way the paper's been put on it, the paper's not perfect. Like, it's all those things. And I think that's what draws me to building cigar box guitars.
Sure.
Because when I see Darren's guitars that I've got downstairs, it's the same situation. I see little things. I see there's a file mark or something, or there's, and I go, oh, Darren did that. And I'm not blaming him. But there's the human interaction that you're not getting with something like that video that I watched. When I watched Del Puckett, when I watched Mike Snowden play, when I watch videos of watch Metallica playing live, they're not crisp, they're not pitch perfect all the time, and it's those imperfections, I think, as human beings that kind of win us over a little bit. And I think that's really, really cool. There was a girl that does guitar, and she sits there and she said, but she doesn't. Her face doesn't move. Like she's technically incredible. She's up and down the neck, and she's all over the place, and she's just like she is amazing. But I watch it and I just go, well, there's no connect. There's no. She's too good. You know what I mean? Like it's and it's not because I'm jealous, because I am, but that she can play like that. But you know, when I then use Kirk Hammett for example, when I watch Kirk Hammett and Kirk messes up a solo, or I watch Angus Young play live at River Plate, right? And Angus, I don't think in that video, on that live video, that Angus was in top form. He's brilliant. I love Angus Young, but like he's not in top form. He messed up a couple of notes and things like that. But that's cool. That's awesome. You know, when you watch old videos of Nirvana and stuff like that, and and the Doors. When you watch the Doors, when he'd have a meltdown, and and all that sort of stuff. That's the human connection when you're watching that. That's awesome, and so to me, do I have a problem with CNC? No, I have no problem with CNC building. I think CNC, as long as it's the person sitting down there and they've got a plan and a template and they've created it. Cindy Hulich from Carmine Street Guitars. I always come back to Cindy and Rick Kelly from Carmine Street Guitars, because like every time she builds a guitar and it's slightly different than one she's done before, she'll make her own templates. She does her own templates. She uses the old growth timber, and they're doing, their guitar necks might have a nail hole in it or something. It's passing on that history of New York City, because they're using that New York City wood, and there's a story in that. When I look at, for example, Gavtar Guitars, here in I think Gav's in the Sutherland Shire here in Sydney, and when I look at Gav's guitars, it just struck me. And I don't know why it didn't strike me before, but Gav's kind of signature guitar is one that has like a crisscross. It looks like nail holes. Do you know what I'm talking about, Darren? It's got he's got the crisscross nail hole, right? And I had a connection.
Taken a good close look at it.
Yeah, have a look at Gavtar Guitars when he puts his videos up and does. He'll quite often he'll be playing. But I think Gavin's quite a religious person, and what I actually realised was, I think there's that connection with that guitar with the nails and Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it literally was something I only thought about two nights ago or 2 days ago when I looked at one of his guitars and all of a sudden there was that connection, and I went, oh
yeah, the T in the name,
yeah,
is for the cross.
Yeah, and I didn't see. I just thought, cool nails, yeah, metal, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then I realised
that way, Adam.
But then I realised there was that much more subtle kind of, maybe it was subtle for me, I don't know, but and all of a sudden I learned a little bit more about him as a builder and also him as a person, and I think that's what our community has. Our community of cigar box guitar builders has. Are we going to find more of us using AI probably for generated content, for backgrounds, for videos, for things like that? I'm guessing. I'm going to try and I want to stay away from it as much as I can. When I do videos or anything like that, I'm generally using. I use Apple, the iMovie. I don't really add much in the way of effects. I might put in some words and things like that on the screen, but it's I try and keep it fairly simple. But I think there's other people out there who are doing a little bit more. So I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, it's food for thought. Any final thoughts before we log off for the day and we tease Joe mercilessly for missing this one?
Yeah, I just don't think it's going to be much of a choice.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Even your phone.
Yeah.
Everything you talk, they listen to you through your phone.
Mm. Yeah. Well, that's right. Yeah.
And if when you're talking about something, like on Facebook and that, you'll see ads for stuff
all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, so you don't unless if you're going to be using technology, it's almost like you don't have a choice. Even with your computers nowadays, with Apple, you can opt into using AI, but even on Google, when you type something into Google now, the very first thing that comes up is an AI generated response. You know, and that's pulling from samples it'll pull in, and the amount of times it's wrong is quite funny as well. Like they don't get it right all the time, you know, that type of thing. But I opened a website a little while ago. Oh, for those people just interested, I actually canned the Killer Strings Australia website. It wasn't getting hits at all. People are still, I don't know, people were still buying from Birdwood Guitars. So I have created killerstringsaustralia.com. There is a website specifically for it, which I've connected to the Instagram, and there's a new YouTube channel, which I may or may not continue with, I don't know. But all the sales were still coming through birdwoodguitars.com. So, but that's not necessarily an ad for Killer Strings. This is thank you, Steve and Cindy, for all the support. I opened up a website with Webador, and basically what it did was it uses AI to create the website for you. You put in some comments, and it actually creates a website, which you can then go in and adjust. And it was really good. It actually was really, really good, and it was really, really easy to use. Scarily easy to use, which is kind of why I closed it up and ran like hell back to Squarespace, because on Squarespace it's all just you. But I don't know how long that's gonna stay. The other thing is that Webspace, I think Webspace, because it's a much bigger company, I think it gets pushed more. I think Webador, it doesn't get pushed. I've never had success with Shopify ever. I've never had success with Shopify. In fact, even our website for this, the Cigar Box Guitar, the CBGbuilder.com, I closed it because we just did not get any success. It doesn't get pushed in the algorithm. It just was not getting pushed out there. Wix was another one, didn't work. Big Cartel, nothing. Months and months of advertising from me, pushing, nothing. Squarespace, I'm going to stick with them. So this isn't an ad for Squarespace at all. I'm just telling you what works for me, and Squarespace has been absolutely brilliant. More expensive? Yeah, it's a little more expensive. But you know, my wife and I are looking at opening up another business from home, and I can't think of another company. There's cheaper companies out there for sure, but I can't think of a better company, because your product actually gets pushed, and I think it connects really well with Google as well. For some reason, it just seems to Google tend to like Squarespace. It does get pushed, you know, and it's. I've been doing bugger all advertising really for Birdwood Guitars, and for some reason it is just like for the last month, like our sales have just gone like that. It's the only thing I can think of is that it's getting pushed out there. So it's a thought, you know. And why am I talking about that? Because everything on there that I've got is all analog. It's all organic. It's all me taking photos, me creating, me uploading, me creating the site. It's not said, let me create the site for you. There are aspects of it where you can actually make videos, but they're so clunky that I'd rather just do my own. Like, if I want a bad video, I'll just do it myself. You know. But, all right, well, I think there's food for discussion. Please, good listener, comments. Please subscribe to the podcast. Please share the podcast with your friends. I know it's difficult for us to share outside of the group now that the group is private. It's when I upload to here, but I am also sharing through other groups and also Birdwood Guitars profile, my own Adam Harrison profile as well. So if you do see it, please share it with your friends or just tell your friends, even if you've got other mates on, because it literally, this is the only continual Cigar Box Guitar podcast in the world. Well, in the English-speaking world anyway, that I know of. I keep looking for them and they're not there. Hats off to Braden 666. I know he's pushing his YouTube channel, American Heritage. So please jump on over and support him as well. I'm not sure if Dell's going to be bringing back his video podcast this year. Would be nice. Would be cool. Apart from that, I think that's it. That's it for today. So thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for joining me today. We can tease Joe tremendously in the comments for not being here, not being part of the party. I hope he's okay. I hope everything's all right. He did give me a very big thumbs up last night on the tisk,
Probably
Joe.
just to fool you.
Yeah, probably was. It's very easy to do that. Or is Joe not real?
No,
Is he AI? All right, gentlemen.
Yeah, I think Joe's an AI supporter.
Oh, you reckon? Well, the idea wasn't to bash AI. It was to. But I think the three of us don't like it. I think that's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I just don't think there's a choice, and
Yeah,
it's all fake.
I think we're all men of a certain age. Well, Jesse's a bit younger than us. Certain similar demographics and all that sort of stuff. So I think we've all got our opinions. That's for sure. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening, everybody. We'll see you on the next show, and hopefully we'll have Jason London from the Billy Box Fest coming on to have a talk about it fairly soon. I am chatting with him at the moment. So all the best, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
See you next time.